Hi everyone, this video is on exercise 13b, question 5. So we want to integrate the basically following integrals, and in part A we have the expression 3 squared minus t to the power of minus 2, and we want to integrate this with respect to t. So as usual, when we have a expression in the form x to the power of n, the way that we can integrate that is by just adding 1 to the power and then dividing that term by the new power. So in this case, when we have 3t squared, we first add 1 to 2, which is 3, and then we divide the whole term by 3. So it becomes 3t cubed over 3. So by the way, you also write down the new power when you add 1. And then for the next term, if you add 1 to minus 2, you will get minus 1. So you divide this by minus 1. So you have minus t to the power of minus 2 over minus 1. And as always, when you have indefinite integral like this, you always have the constant of integration. So later when you learn a definite integral, this is going to make more sense. So definite integral is when you have when you integrate over a range of values of x, and in that case you're going to get a value, but we'll discuss that later. Anyway, we can simplify this now. So we are going to get just t cubed plus t to the power of minus 2 plus c, and you can check and just differentiate this and you should get the same expression as above. That's a very good way of checking, at least for easier functions, and the differentiation of them doesn't take much time. It's just a few seconds. Okay, next one I'm going to do part C, because part B is just the same thing, the same as part A. So part C is very interesting because if you look at the terms, we have pt cubed plus q squared plus px cubed, and we are integrating with respect to t. Sorry, here I should have written t. Yeah, because it's dt. Okay, so what does it mean? Because as you can see, we have some random variables, but actually in this case, since we are only integrating with respect to t, we treat everything else that doesn't have t as a constant. So when I say constant, just how you integrate a number, like let's say you want to integrate 7 with respect to x, it just becomes 7x, and also the constant term, right? So because it's a constant, so it just gets the basically the variable. So getting back to this question, since this term, which is q squared, and also this term, which is px cubed, they both have only they don't have the t term, so that means they're constants. So, and then when we have a constant and we integrate that, we just basically write down the variable basically, and that's the integration of the constants. So the first term is pt cubed, so 1 plus 3 is 4, and we divide that by 4, so we get pt to the power of 4 over 4. That's the first term. The second term becomes q squared t, because again q is just a constant, and the same as px cubed, it becomes px cubed t plus c, because px cubed here is just a constant. It doesn't have t, so we don't use the usual rule that we add 1 to the power and then divide by that. And yeah, so this is the integral. All right, that's it for this video, and thank you for watching.